Good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor Who news. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you in some strange way. Okay, I was going to do this earlier tonight, but I got tied up. I was playing a little Shadowrun. The latest version, Hong Kong, has just come out, and I was perusing that one, and I'm a big fan of that particular series of games and the storylines and the setting. It's pretty intriguing, games if you haven't had a chance to play them. But let's get back to Doctor Who. Now, so far, we do know the Edinburgh screening happened the other night. Luckily, I've seen no spoilers hit the internet yet. Nobody's really been talking about it, at least not in the areas I've been checking. So if you're going to want to remain spoiler-free, so far, so good. But okay, let's take a look at what we do have as far as Doctor Who goes. Got some intriguing stuff. Let's start at the top, shall we? All right. First off, for you folks who are going to be in the Brighton area on the 7th and the 8th of November, Comic-Con Brighton just announced earlier, I think it was today, that John Hurt will now be a guest at the Brighton Film and Comic-Con. And it's very, very nice to see him out doing conventions. He doesn't have to do this kind of stuff. This guy has been a fixture in motion pictures for gosh knows how long, on stage, screen, theater. And of course, we all know now him as the War Doctor, or as I jokingly call him, the Puma Doctor from Doctor Who. So it's nice to see that he's out there. Also joining him that weekend will be Sophie Aldred. A whole host of others. So I'm going to have the page up here as you see it. A link to it so you can go check it out in case you're in that area and you want to go check it out. All the information you need is right here, accessible through this page. All right. Now, speaking of the Edinburgh screening, we have the 10 spoiler-free thoughts on The Magician's Apprentice. Patrick Kavanagh-Sproul apparently intended. Just think, 3 weeks to go, folks. 3 weeks to go, and we'll be looking at the Series 9 premiere of Doctor Who. So we ain't got that far to go as far as, the show is concerned. Just, it's so close yet so far. But remember back, we're at the beginning of the year when we first started going ape over this thing. Okay, so if you want to go check these out, there aren't any spoilers in each from what I've read, just some good thoughts. And so far, from what I've been seeing, as far as people who did go reviewing it, haven't seen any major negative reports yet. Matter of fact, a lot of people are saying this is the best premiere since the show first came on in 2005, or came back, I mean. So really looking forward to this one now and seeing if it lives up to the word that's going around. Okay, next up, Stephen Moffat claims to be the bigger Doctor Who buff than Peter Capaldi. This was, I got a laugh out of reading this, actually. This was out of a bunch of stuff that was said. Okay, let's go through it real quick now. Okay. All right. Okay, yet when asked at the Edinburgh Festival who knew, the show more, Stephen Moffat was quick to claim the title. He said, "Let it be understood that in a face-off and a head-to-head, he's nowhere bloody close. I'm ahead on knowledge, I am." And then he goes into this rant about it, and he goes, "And I was right because I outrank him," he ends with. But if you want to go check this out, it's just a piece of, fun. Okay, next up, Doctor Who around Doctor Who news, we have The Magician's Apprentice as the broadcast roundup. Now, as of right now, we still do not have an airtime listed for BBC One, which is rather peculiar. You'd think they've already be plugging a time for this by now. They're only 3 weeks out, yet they have yet to announce what time it will air. Also, they have the listings here for BBC America, Canada Space, ABC in Australia, New Zealand Prime, Finland, South Africa, Germany, and India. So if you want to check this out, they said also check their guide page for the latest transmission updates and general broadcasting details around the world. You see This Week in Doctor Who also. So right here, if you need a roundup of when it's, the premiere is going to air in your particular neck of the world, go ahead and pop on over to this particular article right here. All right, next up, now this one's amusing. Neighbours from Hell starring Colin Baker. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Colin Baker. I think that's the same look he probably shot Michael Grade back in '86 when he told him he was off the show. Okay, but all right. Colin Baker is set to start a new horror comedy feature by Amber Pictures. Now, Colin Baker's character is described as a quote-unquote ancient demon intent on bringing about the apocalypse. This film also stars Suzanne Shaw and Chris R. Wright, with more cast members being announced over the coming months. The film is expected to be released in autumn or winter of 2016. And here's a short synopsis of it. Also, like I said, some other pics down here, but that right there alone is disturbing. What if the doctor got possessed by the demons? Okay. Okay, moving on. All right, jumping on over to Blogger Who, Jenna Coleman joins the Raindance Film Festival jury. That's right. She has joined the judging panel for the 23rd Raindance Film Festival. And of course, as we all know, Raindance presents films and web series from around the world celebrating and supporting independent, new, and alternative filmmakers. You can read more details about the festival here. This festival will take place on the 23rd of September to the 4th of October 2015 in central London, Piccadilly Circus. And it'll be screening over 100 feature films and over 150 shorts. Well, hell, little short films, man. Wow. Okay, and of course we have other judges listed as Miana Baring from The Impossible Planet, David Harewood, Sheridan Smith, and Sherlock star Martin Freeman. Now, they've all had, ties to Doctor Who before, as well as, three of them that, well, except for Martin Freeman, who's with Sherlock. But, interesting thing to find out. September. Shouldn't she be busy doing something else? Okay, jumping on over to Kasturbis. Now, this involves a project I had never even heard of. I had no idea this had actually happened, but apparently back in 87, this was made. It was called Wartime, at least according to what they have here on Doctor Who. Over on Kasturbis. Okay, apparently, there's an announcement that the independent Doctor Who spin-off drama Wartime is going to be available on DVD for the very first time. Produced back in 1987, the film features fan favorite John Levine returning to play Sergeant Benton, who's still serving with UNIT, who takes a spooky journey into his own past. Wartime's cast also includes Michael Wisher, Nicholas Courtney in a voiceover, and an early appearance by Nicholas Briggs. The drama was made by Real Time Productions and was the first production of its kind from the world of Doctor Who. It also has the distinction of being the only independently produced drama to be made while the parent show itself was still in production. Now, this new release has been digitally remastered with a digitized stereo mix from Mark Ayres and includes a special documentary feature covering the history of independent Doctor Who dramas. Now, the first 500 buyers will be treated to a reversible inlay featuring both the original artwork and an action-packed new montage by Martin Baines. Now, legend has it that the production of Wartime was interrupted by a visit from local police who were responding to a report from a concerned local who'd spotted a truck filled with guns on a quiet country road in Lancashire. Now, Wartime is one of the 10 September releases from Time Travel TV, joining a number of their long-running Mythmaker series on the next month's release schedule. All right, more details about this can be found here. And, okay, so it's nice to see that, these are getting out. I'm hoping some of the others get a new DVD release if they haven't been done, so far. We went over a few of those, such as Probe, Shakedown and Downtime and whatnot. It'd be nice to see that the independent productions get their due and get like this one did and finally get a DVD or Blu-ray release. Okay, next up, Doctor Who 10 Things You May Not Know About the Doctor's Wife. I just threw this in because, I figure I need a little space to kill. And also, this was a very, very intriguing episode that broke a lot of rules with a lot of classic fans. How dare you make the TARDIS into a person? Oh, God, I don't know how many times I heard that one. Well, folks, that's all I got for tonight, to be honest with you. I hope some of you will join us for the Omega Files today. We're going to go over Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. This one took a lot lighter, more comical tone towards the characters, but at the same time has a lot of good action, a lot of good sequences in it, a lot of very interesting characters. Well, folks, until later, take it easy. Catch you on the flip side. I'm out of here. Dr. Freedom out, babe.